Well, I guess we have some more HHN updates. Was I here less than 24 hours ago? Yes. Did I plan on coming this weekend to do this update video? Yes. But then did I decide you guys deserve to see this video as soon as possible because, again, there's some crazy updates that have been going on inside of the park overnight? Also, yes. Universal, just give me a bed. I'll sleep in Mel's drive-in. Just put me a bed inside. It could be an inflatable mattress. Just give me a bed so I can wake up, do the updates, and then move on so I don't have to keep traveling to come over here. Either way, let's head inside the park. There are some non-HHN updates today as well. Not too many, but I'll go over that in a little bit. Oh my goodness, we finally have the left turnstiles open when I show up to the park. Yes, we finally get to use them. I don't know how many times I've literally talked about them being open but not used. It's my turn. Ooh, do we have a light update up here? I'm not sure if we've seen these before. But we do have 3 lights up there kind of facing, kind of behind us over towards those turnstiles, almost the exit. Either way, going over to the Dr. Oddfellow Scare Zone because we already have something that was just unveiled this morning. I'm not gonna cover a lot of the things that we've done in previous videos, so please feel free to check out some of my previous update videos because we do go over everything that has been popping up inside of the parks. But again, I am trying to keep it to basically new things. But with that said, take a look. They have unveiled what is inside of this wagon here. You can see strips of light in the back. You can see all of the Zodiac symbols here. And now we can see what this whole facade is going to look like. Very exciting stuff in here. I wonder if they're gonna be performing like rituals or something crazy. Also a little wild that they have the Zodiac symbols inside of Dr. Oddfellow Scare Zone. I feel like these Zodiac symbols are kind of popping up in all of the Scare Zones on top of his little logo. Kind of weird, isn't it? I wonder if they designed the actual logo for Dr. Oddfellow, that kind of like symbol that you see. I wonder if they kind of try to use like the Zodiac symbols and kind of merge them all into one. I don't totally know, but take a look. It's really nice to see that this is fully exposed. Again, the lights, you know they're gonna be strobing of some sort. Not a totally big update, but let me show you something right here. We have a little device there, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's some sort of sensor. So you could see like, it looks a little circular. Let me get on the front side. There's a better visual of it. This was not here yesterday, and there's a lot of stuff attached to it and kind of runs down this truss here. I don't know what it is. Again, I don't know if it's a sensor, maybe like as people are moving around, maybe it's trying to sense how many people are there and then it might trigger something here. I don't have any idea, but either way, I'm just excited to see that this is now exposed. A lot of fun. I mean, this is huge to me. I feel like now we see what's inside of here because we just kept making speculations. Also, I didn't realize that there's kind of lighting around these like windows or doors. I don't know what we're kind of calling those, but take a look at the wiring around. It's like white. I don't know what that attaches to. Maybe that goes to the lights there, or maybe we're about to get something inside that we don't see yet. There's 2 things I want to point out back here. Nothing necessarily new, but they did lock up this door. I feel like this has been open for a while, but then kind of if you can look underneath the wagon over there, there's a lot of electronics and stuff just dangling. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of commotion happening with this little wagon. I wonder if it'll like rock. Wouldn't that be cool? Like the whole thing kind of like shifts around as if people are like moving and it's kind of, I don't know, just giving it some texture. I don't really know if they'll end up doing that, but there is a lot of wiring and you can kind of see it come right over here into kind of like the shrubbery here over by that cement. And here we go, the first banner to get placed here in Dark Zodiac. We obviously knew what this zone was, but take a look at the signage here. Now it is fully showing and we can see exactly what it is. You could see some of the Zodiac symbols kind of scattered throughout the sign. Big dark up top and Zodiac in the middle. Kind of weird actually that they have them separated. You could definitely feel like those Zodiac signs and kind of weird symbols also right in the center. Can you guys see Dr. Oddfellow at the center of the whole thing inside of that circle? And then also the one up top, it's a little harder to tell because it's kind of blending in a little bit more. But we do have, again, Dr. Oddfellow's presence showing inside of this zone. Nothing new on the set pieces over here, but I will tell you again, the more that we kind of thought about it, and I know some of you guys I think are making notes on it, we do have the fire that will be potentially kind of blasting out of these cannons here. We're thinking maybe water, maybe fire over there, but probably water maybe comes out over there, and that means that we have a fire Zodiac symbol area, a water Zodiac symbol area, so maybe we get like, what is it, earth and air I think are the other ones, or earth and wind of some sort. So I wonder if those will be the next 2 that we get. I don't really know how you kind of bring that to life in the same way. I guess you could use like little air blasters to kind of like shoot air, almost like the mummy queue. I don't really know, but either way, we're kind of feeling like maybe these are elements that we'll see. So this might be water over here. Not that it means much, but I'm pretty sure that tube was all the way to the left, and now today it's centered. So I wonder if they were testing something overnight, and they're like, hey, we got to move the tube over. Or I'm just reading into it, but it did definitely move. It was definitely all the way against the wall there, and now it's centralized right in the middle. As you exit this scare zone, I will show you though, we do have the other end showing you the dark Zodiac sign. This one actually looks a little bit more vibrant, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit more saturated, and I feel like some of the colors pop. Maybe it's just based on the sun right now, but I really like those banners. Very cool to kind of like show off what you're doing over here. Also, Universal, right in here. Give me a bed. I'll just sleep in there, and I'll come outside, I'll do all my updates, and then I'll just go hang out inside again. You ready for some pretty small updates, but it's still crazy to think that we have updates at this little bar section over here? And boom, just like that, we have checker print, kind of giving you almost like a Mel's Drive-In kind of vibe. But we do have a checkered print here with what looks to be like cracked edges up there, so maybe in some sort of disarray at the bottom. You could see it kind of looks like it's meant to be rusted. So that is what we are getting here for this food booth slash bar. It looks like, again, checkers, so I don't know, maybe 70s, 80s. I don't totally know the era they're going for, maybe 60s, but we do have some checkered print at this bar. Now, obviously, we have to make like speculations about that, but just wait until what we see later with the food booths. Yesterday, we didn't see anything pertaining to signs or anything like that. Just wait a little bit longer and you'll see what we have. We're gonna head through Jungle of Doom. I didn't see too much new here, but I will take a look and I'll let you know if there is anything that kind of popped up inside of here. It did not look like we saw anything new here, so we will just kind of keep on moving forward. As I mentioned, there were some extra updates today, and you could see over in the DreamWorks area, so what we are assuming to be like Shrek Swamp is still kind of coming together. It looks a little slow, but then right to the right of it, it looks like they have a lot of scaffolding over there. Not a massive update, but take a look. We have another kind of side part of this food booth, the front registers here. That looks kind of big, doesn't it? It almost looks like a foot or something. Maybe not, maybe it's just like more blood splatter. Either way, we do have a side part here to, again, this is one of those trailer type food booths though. We kind of have to make a trek now through Springfield until we get to the next update, so this would be a good time to ask you, if you guys are enjoying today's video and you want to see more HHN content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn that little bell notification on so you are informed anytime we release a new video. I'm getting more and more excited as we approach that 2-week mark for Halloween Horror Nights. I think we're at almost, is today actually like no, I think tomorrow will be 14 days exactly. So tomorrow I think is exactly 2 weeks. Isn't that crazy? I feel like we've been doing these for like over a month now, but we're getting close. As we are getting pretty close to our next update, it is pretty hot today, I'm not gonna lie. Not as hot as it has been, but definitely some serious heat today. And there's like no clouds, so we're just getting like direct sunlight. And here we go, over where people I think are believing to be the Last of Us entrance will be this sign that says hot set, area closed to all personnel and vehicle traffic. There's a production group. I wonder if they're doing filming for The Last of Us for some sort of advertisement. Obviously it's based on the game, but I could still see them kind of bring in Pedro and kind of some of the actors that you saw in the show to kind of advertise it. Don't totally know, but I'm kind of thinking that might be what's going on here. And you know, because we're coming by the MIB gift shop, we are gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I'll be back in just a second. All right, break over. Stay hydrated out there, folks. It gets very hot. It will take you out. I'm hearing a lot of clanking and banging inside of the theater over here, so I think they're prepping the show. It's the first time I've actually heard it. I feel like I'm hearing like metal bars and beams kind of clanking against each other. Oh, did you hear it? Sounds like they're like stapling things, like those big staple guns. I don't know, looks like they're doing some work though. Do you remember over at this food booth, we saw that giant propane tank? It looks like they have blocked it off now so you can't see it. It was massive. That was like the biggest propane tank I've ever seen. And now it is blocked off so you can no longer see it. So maybe they watched the video, or maybe they just kind of thought, hey, people don't want to see this giant propane tank. There's no big updates over here at the Peacock bar, but I think today they actually just confirmed that we're getting that David S. Pumpkins meet and greet. So if I find anything out more like confirmed about it, I'll let you know. But as of now, that's all I've kind of heard, is that it's pretty much 100% confirmed, I think. Are you guys ready for a non-HHN update again? This is something that was being worked on for, I feel like, weeks now at this point, and it's almost finally open. They've at least revealed it, but take a look at the menu. One thing I have to mention is it actually seems pretty affordable overall. So hot food, you have some egg rolls for $5.99, so basically $6. You have a cinnamon sugar donut stick for $6.50, a chopped salad for $7. You have these mochi ice creams. You have a strawberry oat milk one for $3.50, matcha green tea for $3.50, and then beers around $10 to $13. I feel like that's pretty normal. Like, this feels like normal theme park pricing. What do you guys think? Like, this definitely feels pretty good, right? And again, I do want to reiterate, this is not going to be for HHN only. This is a new food booth, like, overall. They've been working on this, like I said, for quite a while now, and it is fully open, and you can tell kind of how, like, the facade and, like, the structure of this building is. Like, this is a permanent thing that they have here. Either way, I mean, I love having more food and drink options around the park. But now that we are in Shipyard 32, I want to point out the fact that they added a bunch more of these kind of mini set pieces all around this area. They filled it up. I mean, yesterday we had this little section here, we had the cage, and then we had like the little boo hole thing over there with the spool next to it. Now we have another little set of props over here, another one over there, more by the truss over there, more over there by the cage, and then the ones right here. They added like a ton of set pieces in here. And you can see now again, we have these boxes, and these kind of remind me a little bit of the Jungle of Doom, I gotta tell you. These are also like car jacks, so I wonder what the whole idea is over here, because this is like straw, as if there's animals in here, right? Like, that's what you would kind of assume, is there's an animal inside of this box. Is this thing gonna rattle? Let's see if we can see inside. I can't see anything at first glance, so I don't think there's anything in there as far as like smoke. I'm sure they're gonna put some lighting because you have some holes, so let it kind of illuminate through. And then over here again, some more traps. It looks like this is almost like one of those crab traps, like the old school ones, a little bait box thing. And then you have like this little crank, barrels, more containers. Again, a lot of like wood set pieces this year for sure. It definitely smells like wood over here a lot. Looks like we have a little wagon here with another little mini cage. I wonder what they'll end up doing with this here. Looks like we have like a little tub on top with a hammer, a barrel with some more of this rope. I mean, they precisely did it. I mean, it's screwed in, so they have it set up how they want it to be. Oh, and another cage. So again, I wonder if, you know, they talked about this zone having like things that were kind of let loose, unfortunately. So maybe these things were originally supposed to be going to like the carnival for Dr. Oddfellow, and then they ended up crashing here in San Francisco and getting kind of messed up, and now they're all running rampant inside of this zone. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. It's just like, because we're seeing all of these cages and kind of giant containers that might like house something. Oh, there's another one. Jeez. I mean, just how many crates and boxes are we going to get? More tools though. Again, very interesting. So maybe we're on the actual harbor here itself. The wheelbarrow. Let's see, more rope. Wow, I don't know. I mean, it's, oh, that says electric. I don't know if that's like really electric or if that's just meant to be written on there with the chalk. Let's see, anything here? It says explosive. I wonder if this thing could rattle. Probably not. I don't think any of these pieces are gonna move around. I don't think they want people to accidentally kind of knock them over, especially if there's moving parts inside. It looks like they put some just like string yarn stuff over the speaker in here. It doesn't really hide it. Maybe it's just supposed to help kind of bring some ambiance to it. And then one more final set of crates here. Again, these look like they were meant to be kind of put together and hold some serious stuff in there. Again, could it be creatures? Could it be like toxins? Could it be things that shouldn't be getting out into the world? Again, old school style, because I think this is meant to be like, what is like the 40s or 60s? This is supposed to be old, maybe even 50s, somewhere in the old era. I mean, this is an old era time. So, I mean, that's kind of why you're seeing this kind of more rustic and kind of more vintage style boxing and kind of looks to it. Especially, I mean, look at this. Either a light or a fan or something. I think it's meant to be like a light. So also behind it, more just kind of caged work. Actually, it looks like a milk crate, you know, like real old school like milk crate that like the milkman would carry around. I think that is going to do it for the Shipyard 32 scare zone, but let's be honest, that was some serious updates in here. A lot of props got put in here. We see a lot more of these boxes, and we're getting again some more stories, especially with those cages. I think those cages tell a very big story compared to just the boxes alone. I think we're starting to kind of again develop this whole area. Really like to see that. Again, we're only about 2 weeks away, so the more that we start to see, the more we can start to formulate our opinions before opening night. Well, of course the drummers start just as I head over here. But do you remember yesterday how I was pointing out that the Chucky booth and no booths had basically their signage up top? Well, take a look. Now we have the Chucky booth here with the Chucky sign up top. Also, it looks like the hand there was maybe placed there. Can you see that? Like to the left of it, it almost looks like there's like a print, as if it was there for a little too long and then they moved it. So I don't know what's going on with that, but either way, Chucky booth fully revealed now. We could see it again, confirmed. Obviously we know, right? We have zero doubt that this isn't a Chucky booth, but now we have the Chucky sign. You see USA, Sci-Fi, Peacock, the whole gambit. They have now officially started to brand these booths. Nothing new at this booth as we are jamming out in the background, but are you guys ready for something awesome? As we come up here to the alley, back to The Last of Us, take a look at what we're about to find. Are you ready? Insert those noises. Here we go. Look at all of the work they did overnight. Literally look at all the work they did overnight. Signs, barrels, more of these cement blocks, boxes, more bags. They literally made this whole thing. It was just like this fence yesterday. And I was like, hey, that's a pretty cool thing. And then they made it this whole quarantine area. This is incredible. Look at this quarantine area. Hazmat suits must be worn at all times. This is awesome. Then over here, have your tickets ready. You have warnings, curfew hours. I mean, this is awesome. They have themed this so freaking well right now. I'm so excited to see this. It even says up here, form an orderly queue. It's like you're going into this quarantine center. Oh, over there, I didn't even notice that. Maybe that was here yesterday, but look, you have parking, or no parking rather, one way. So maybe they're trying to tell you that you will not be able to come in the other direction. You have the Firefly logo. I am in love. Right inside of the gate, you could see some more barrels, more boxes. They're really putting this whole thing together. It's like you're going through another scare zone. We have 6 scare zones this year. I'm calling it, this is the 6th scare zone, just because it's that good looking. I feel like they added a little bit here, not much, maybe like that wood board, maybe some touches here. Oh, what do we have? Is that a cooler, maybe? Also in the back, was that mesh there, like the camo mesh? I don't remember that. A few more touches around here as we come up. I mean, yesterday I pointed out this pole and I was like, it's a monster face. And now look, they put barrels. I mean, they're adding so much more. But here's the other crazy thing. It's the ration distribution center and they have pricing over here, right? Get your milk. Then we have, again, signage. It looks like they kind of put it over whatever is in the background there. And they really have brought this whole facade to life. This is incredible. I mean, this has to be probably the biggest update today, just how much work they did inside this zone. When you come through here, I'm telling you right now, you will be blown away how cool this alley looks. And I cannot wait to see what they do with the lighting and how this all comes together at night. Very, very exciting stuff over here. I am just absolutely blown away by this whole, I was about to call it a scare zone, by this whole food booth area. This is so awesome. And I know that I didn't even realize, over there, you see that tarp hanging up? Over there, I've got to go look at it. I didn't even look up. Take a look, we have a tarp that hangs over as if it's kind of their like weird sort of way that they have their man-made shade over this area. Again, this is so awesome. I love the detail that Universal's doing. I feel like I almost like this more than the scare zones. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is such a cool feeling because you're in this alleyway. You feel so secluded. This is amazing. Okay, now I'm done talking about it. Let's get out of the 6th scare zone here. Again, this little alley, awesome area. Make sure you go through there. Even if you don't get food in there, just walk through it. Never gonna go a video without mentioning the Groovy Bus. So what's up, Groovy Bus? Not that it matters at all, but it looks like that little kind of what we thought was a camera, now I think we're thinking is a spotlight, has actually been angled up and to the right more. So it used to be almost like directly at the stage. Now it looks like it's almost aiming like at this top left corner where it says Music Fest 69. I don't know if that even matters at all. That could have just been wind or something. I don't really know, but it is angled differently. As we are finishing up today's video, if you're enjoying the content today, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Honestly, it means more than you know. Just literally watching and giving the video a thumbs up, it helps a ton. And it just lets YouTube know that people like this type of content and they want to see more of it. But now here we go. There are more touches on top of the Last of Us booth over here as well. So you can see the big Fedra. I wonder if they're meant to be different associations. Again, I don't know enough of the game. And I'm telling you right now, after seeing all this, it makes me want to go buy a PlayStation information and then go buy the game. I'm that like invested right now in what's going on here, just because of how cool these are kind of coming to life. And honestly, this might be raising up Last of Us on my house list because of how cool this looks. I'm getting very excited now for the house because I think they could really knock it out of the park. Just what I'm seeing here, I think it's going to be actually super good. I don't know if these numbers pertain to anything, so if you do know, feel free to leave it in the comments. We have 718 over here and 227 over here. We have little stamps down there and then the Fedra symbol. Also, did they outline the menus? Maybe not. Either way, it looks very, very good. I like the alley more, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this looks super good. And here is the other thing. We saw over here where it said, give us our rations, and then over here, now you have a new sign that have ticket ready. We saw this one over in like the alleyway. I will say that. We did see the same kind of poster over there. So maybe they're not technically different. Also, it looks like they have a big box over here, so I wonder if they have those big propane tanks lined up on this side and then the far side. So maybe they're doing some big propane tank stuff here as well. Now we have one more thing to show you. It's right around the corner. There's nothing new with these two booths here. You know, we do have the Surfer Boy Pizza, which we showed you yesterday, or technically I guess it's today. And then we did see this booth here, which is the Yeti booth. But I'm gonna come show you one more food booth that we've literally just yesterday, actually. I was talking about how it's been controversial because people said Stranger Things, people said Chucky, and now we have a little bit more confirmation on it. And here it is. It is the Stellar Bar. So everyone that thought it was Chucky and everyone that thought it was Stranger Things were all wrong. I think it's very much an 80s vibe. So part of me feels like it could still be Stranger Things, because what do you guys feel? I mean, this definitely feels like 80s, right? With the lettering, kind of like the coloring, everything kind of screams 80s. Also like down here, this reminds me of like stuff you would have seen on like Nickelodeon a long time ago, or even things like the cups like back like from like an 80s ice cream parlor. So we have the Stellar Bar. This is neither. Everyone was kind of like going between the two. It's Chucky, it's Stranger Things. It's neither. It's just something that, well, I shouldn't say neither. It still could be technically Stranger Things, but it isn't Chucky. I don't believe that's Chucky right now. So I think we've got either a standalone or something that we just don't know yet. But I will show you the menu section over here as well. Again, they have kind of these weird little squiggles, the triangle, the circles. Again, that kind of reminds me of like 80s wallpaper almost. Or again, what I think you would find on like Nickelodeon. Are you guys ready? I said we had one more update and I lied, or I kind of just forgot, to be fair. But we do have one more Midway Delights. So this one is going to be themed to Dr. Oddfellow. So we do have another house-based food booth, which makes me feel like the Stellar Bar definitely has to deal with one of the houses. We don't know which one yet, and at this point I think I'm gonna put my money on Stranger Things, just because it's got that 80s vibe to it. I don't really know where else it's gonna go, unless there's something that I'm missing there. But from what I've been seeing, nobody really knows what the Stellar Bar is. But this one definitely screams Dr. Oddfellow, does it not? Midway Delights, right? And you've got that kind of carnival-esque coloring to it. Again, it's going in this booth here. Again, this is one of those trailers, I should mention that as well. We've kind of covered it already. Either way, this will be a Dr. Oddfellow themed food booth based off of what we are seeing there. Holy cow, guys. Those were some serious updates today. I was not expecting to see that many changes. It's crazy. I was here less than 24 hours ago, and I am fighting the heat right now. I'm getting really hot, I'm not gonna lie to you. Thankfully, we are all wrapped up. So please, again, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really does mean a lot to me. And then also consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. I know I've already asked in the video, but I mean, we are doing this for you guys to show you everything happening inside of the parks. And we will be here anytime there's a new update. We're gonna be here opening night. We're gonna be doing Express Pass. We're gonna be reviewing a lot for this season. Either way, I do need to get some AC, get some liquid coming into me. I feel like I've just been running right now. I needed to take another break, I think. Either way, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Also, it might be tomorrow with the way they're doing updates.